Hey guys, Delman here with another video for you. Another Star Citizen Megaships video to be precise. So yeah, as voted by you, the very popular Hull E. And excellent choice by the way guys, this is a really awesome ship. I dug up all the info I can on it, and yeah, now it's time to read it out to you. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. The Hull E. The largest specialized freighter available on the market today, the Hull E is generally owned by major corporations and operated with high degree of planning. So you gotta think it's a lot like a train. You have to plan where you're gonna take it, guys, because you can't just send it out there willy-nilly, because something like this will get blasted apart pretty easily. So, the lack of maneuverability inherent in such large ship means that anyone planning to operate them should be careful about equipping turrets and providing escort. Their potential load and modularity is unparalleled. However, no other ship allows as much room to store goods or to modify towards another role. Warning: while the Hull E is massive cargo capacity on paper, it is also a major target for pirates and raiders. Hull E are typically used in safer sector trade routes and are operated as part of a larger fleet. Additionally, getting geared up to operate a Hull E at full capacity requires significant investment in terms of credits. A single load of cargo typically has more value than the ship itself. In short, the Hull E operation is not for the faint of heart. So basically guys, the Hull E, as you've just got there, it's gonna cost a lot of credits to fully fill up, with cargo, like have it fully laden. And that's just probably basic standard items, but imagine if you're transporting gold in that quantity, or some very important parts like maybe advanced computer components and things like this. The price can really get up there. But look at it this way: if you were to transport those goods fully laden, you have all this stuff on there, and you do get to your destination successfully and you trade it all, you're looking at doubling your money pretty much, and that's pretty awesome. These ships I would recommend to be used for organizations. How an org should use it maybe is to, once they've collected a bunch of money in the org bank, and they do have a Hull E, see if they can fully fill it up. And I know it's a bit of a gamble, but the payoff is kind of worth it if you have enough people on at the same time to defend the thing. Then you take your Hull E from point A to point B to drop off said cargo with a very large escort of ships. That way, you can triple or perhaps at the least double the amount of credits you have in the org bank. So yeah, it's a very awesome ship, the Hull E. I really do like what it can do. It's very modular, and it can fill a whole variety of roles. And I'll get into that in just a moment. The standardized spindle found on the all 5 members of the Hull series is capable of securely attaching many types of cargo containers. These range from standard store-all big box containers to specialized freight units equipped for liquids, perishable goods, dispatch parcels, livestock, and more. Owing to the ubiquity of the cargo pallet system, many manufacturers have created third-party add-ons capable of taking advantage of the Hull superstructure. These range from additional ship upgrades, shield generators, sensor suites, and the like, to stealth cargo pods, to gimbal turrets and other weapons that can take place of some cargo pallets. On larger ships, with the correspondingly reduction in cargo capacity as a result of these expansion ports, the Hull series is one of the most modular starships available. Many view it as a platform upon to which build up and use it as a bulk hauler as it was designed for. So guys, basically what you can use this thing for is like, you could perhaps use it maybe as a mobile turret if you really wanted to, just completely cover the thing in anti-air guns and have this couple of Hull ships fly alongside a Hull E, cover the whole seas in flak guns or whatever, attach them to where the cargo would go, because it uses a pallet system, right? So technically that means you could attach anything on there, maybe even science pods, maybe, all sorts of things. It's said that the Hull series can transport a whole variety of things, so yeah, I'll get more into that. So here's an important question that you have to ask yourself when you have a Hull ship or you're looking to get a Hull ship. But how does it land? Every ship in the Hull series is capable of making a planetary landing while contracted. Additionally, the hull A, B may land while fully laden, but the hulls C, D, and E typically deposit their cargo at automated orbital yards before landing to dock, although they are equipped for water landings, and that is favored on low-gravity worlds. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. You can land these things, on a water planet, and yeah, it must mean they're amphibious. So that's pretty awesome. I really do like that. But yeah, the hull A and B can land while fully laden, guys, on a planet, but anything beyond that, the C, D, and E cannot, because obviously there's too much weight there. The ship will not be able to keep itself up in orbit with all that extra weight. So yeah, let's continue here. So here's a pretty awesome lore post on the Holy, and this is on a show called Star Robbery. So let's read more about this. We shot Star Robbery on a retired Holy that the studio purchased for the Hollow. Worst part was that the 300-meter long spaceship looks like a city on the camera. Spacious interiors, engines you have to walk a quarter of a mile to reach. We actually ended up renting a Hull C for a bunch of the second unit stuff. Then for the climax, where it was supposed to blow up while Jen, aka Hazley, the Hollow Star, is rocketing away. The redacted thing just wouldn't redacted explode. We rigged the spine with explosives, which the demo guys said would give it a cool collapsing effect. Just snapped off one of the prongs, with a nary additional scratch. Had to tow it to dry dock, reattach the prong, and then tow it back to be blown apart again. Axcart, director of Star Robbery. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. So these Hull E series ships are pretty sturdy in terms of superstructure, and they have to be, guys, because of the sheer amount of bulk cargo they can carry. Now, unfortunately for Axcart, he did not probably take that into mind, so when planting the explosives along the ship, he didn't think about the way the superstructure would react to the sudden explosion and stuff like that. These ships are built to take vast amounts of cargo and maybe have to pull heavy G's every once in a while. They're very rugged and tough ships, these Hull series. So yeah, let's continue. The Misk Hull E is an unparalleled bulk freighter. The Hull E doesn't just dwarf the rest of the series, it knocks out the competition. Simply put, there is no human-designed bulk hauler on the same scale in the market today. With extensive aftermarket options, the Hull E have been adopted as from everything to a colonial supply train to survey equipment platforms to orbital defense platforms. With the space on for the largest possible set of container types, the properly equipped Hull E can carry everything from iron ore to passengers to fully functional spacecraft. Co-leasing opportunities are available, and in some cases, it may be beneficial for smaller corporations to share a single Hull E, rather than purchasing separate, smaller designs outright. Talk to your ship dealership today. Backer questions and answers on the Hull E. So let's do a little bit of Q&A now and read what it says here. Will the Hull E be able to disable some thrusters when not fully loaded? This won't just be possible, it'll be necessary in many cases. The automatic flight and your thrusters will adjust based on the overall load. But you'll also have the option to control them more directly yourself. Will the Hull E fit inside any of the hangars? If so, what ones? We're making plans for larger hangar expansions to accommodate ships like the Hull E and the Orion. Until then, the Hull E will come with a standard deluxe hangar. How will the perception of problem with the telescopic spine and apparent fragile nature of the spindles be resolved? We will take a look at making the spindles look stronger during the next art pass, but the long-term answer is that they just aren't going to be fragile. The interiors are reinforced, with the telescopic out and then lock in place. They're the same as skeletons that form the basis of all other ships. What kind of options will there be for automated loading if that's not the kind of task we want to worry about? Grabby hands means that you can load every part of the ship if you so desire, but In all likelihood, you won't ever want to do that on something as large as a Hull E. Loading can be done automatically via your mobiGlas under normal circumstances, and then the cargo itself can be organized through the console interface. If the Hull E can drop escort fighters, does this mean the pilots of said escort fighters need to stay in the fighters for the duration of the trip? Or will there be a way to enter said escort fighters from inside the Hull E? This is going to depend on the fighter. We have been experimenting with a system where you must construct a Hornet from the components stored in standard containers. This will be something you do in flight, similar to sub-launched aircraft in the 1940s. Unfold the container, put the ship together during EVA, then take off. In these cases, which involve heavier ships like the Hornet, we would not be able to land on a hull. We also plan smaller midget fighters such as the Merlin, which could be launched and recovered with tractor beams.
I can't help but find that kind of funny. I had to hold back a bit of a giggle there, where I honestly thought for a minute they were joking, but they're being serious that you have to physically construct a Hornet. I just have this mental image of these guys, scrambling to a box on one side of the ship, and on the other side of the ship, another team scrambled to another box where they have to put a Hornet together like something out of Scrap Heap Challenge, you know what I mean? Just seeing these people scramble around with parts and it's been like, no, you got the wing in the wrong place. The wing's not supposed to be there. That's where the pilot sits. And all sorts of things like that. But, yeah. And if you guys have been following my videos, you'll know that Bob, the 105th, wouldn't mind, He'd probably go to a Hull E like this and scramble up some spare parts and build a Super Hornet destroyer the size of a Polaris. So yeah, let's continue here. This is great. I absolutely love the Hull ships. They're really cool.
The Hull E looks big enough to stow away on with no one being none the wiser. If I fly my Aurora up to the back of a cargo crate and mag clamp onto it, can I tag along wherever the hull is headed? Good to see that you're already imagining Star Citizen equivalent of Marty's skateboarding in Back to the Future. The short answer is yes. Anything you can fit in a crate, Aurora included, can be carried by a Hull E. We expect to develop the manned modules as well, if you'd like to travel on a hull as a passenger. In case I transport ships with a Hull E, what kind of insurance would be necessary? Will it need a hull insurance for the transported ships? Do they count as cargo, or do I need hull and cargo insurance? When a full ship is being transported, you will need the base hull insurance for that ship, rather than additional cargo insurance. Is there a militarized Hull E version? Yes. It's nowhere near as common as the Hull D, but the UEE military does on occasion utilize the Hull E as a transport. The military design is R5M Proteus. Is the only Hull E capable of transporting, refueling, and refitting escort fighters? No, any ship in the series is capable of mounting the equivalent where space allows. Hull E just have more space for it. This means that the Hull D can likely be modified with refueling equipment or smaller ship attachments, while the Hull A probably cannot. How is speed and maneuverability scaling with the load level, e.g. Hull E with no cargo, and non-extracted spindle should be like a gigantic racing truck? The Hull E is never going to be a speeder, but you'll be able to push it to quite a bit more without cargo. Will there be a refuelable source of missions available for the Hull E? Owners to move people's cargo, and how would the system work? So basically, guys, what they're asking is would there be a reliable source of missions available for the ship? Absolutely. Think of the Hull E as being a pure space truck, like those you might see on cross-country trips. The cabs are owned and operated by the driver or corporation. The cargo is simply packed up and moved on behalf of other parties. Will there be some hauling loads that physically cannot be broken down into smaller pieces and thus must be delivered by a Hull E? Absolutely. The galaxy is full of wonders, some of which are quite large, whether it's a Xi'an mega piano or a fully intact status unit. There's always something out there that you won't want to take apart to ship. Will you be able to have more than one midget fighter attached at a time, and if so, how many would you be able to have? This will purely depend on what attach points are available. Someone who trades in a good deal of cargo space might be able to attach a number of fighters. Can the whole E internal corridor fit a Grey Cat? We're going to leave that up to you to figure out. So guys, that was the Q&A on the Hull E. The Hull E is a tremendous ship, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it in the verse. So, let's read up some stats here. So, let's look at the technical overview of the Hull E. Focus is cargo, length 372 meters, mass 3,241,052 kilograms, max crew of 5 persons, cargo capacity 98,304 cargo units. That is a lot. Wow. Primary engines, max size tier 13. It has 10 tier 13 engines. Power plant, max size to be determined. Hardpoints overview. Gimbal mounts. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 size 4 mounts and 2 size 3s. Shield to be determined. No additional equipment is listed. So yeah, this is a pretty awesome ship. I can't wait to see this thing, like I said in the verse. It's gonna be tremendous, and I think it'll be one of those occasions where if you're just flying around and you're just doing your own missions and you see a whole E go by, you'll have to stop and marvel for a second and think, what the hell is that thing transporting, and where is it going? And who the hell owns that thing? You know what I mean? And yeah, I think it'll be a very, very long time in the verse before we see a whole E fully laden just flying around. And for all of you space truckers out there who enjoy the whole series, be very careful guys, pirates are going to be a major problem. That said, if you are looking for help transporting your goods, or you'd like to be part of a bigger corporation, feel free to join the org I run called Death Corp. We are an anti-pirate org, and we specialize in all things from trade, mining, to combat, to everything in between except piracy. We are very much against pirates. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I really do appreciate all the support you guys give. You all rock. Thank you so much. So yeah, vote for the next ship guys, and it'll be in the next video. Well, the next Mega Ships video. So yeah, the next video might be on something else, like something else Star Citizen related, but the Mega Ship series will continue up to episode 10, and that will do it for series 2. So get your votes in there for the ship you so desire. And we'll see how we can go along with this, and see how far we can take this. So yeah, yet again, thank you all for watching. You know the drill, Commanders. Fly safe, and I'll see you in the verse.